Islam Sheet the Wayne Buffett. It's so odd. I'm walking right now. There's a black male that comes to Burger King that also work over here. I'm about like 5 minutes walking distance from Extended Stay America. Today, like in Annapolis, see so many pale skins, predominantly pale skins, but also melanated walking their dogs. So I just had this thought as I was saying my prayer as I usually do. You know, Annapolis, the United States Navy and Army is prevalent, and so forth. So at Burger King, after I tweeted about non-human and seeing the Mason car truck, because still today there's someone outside around the room sometimes saying 3 Burger King and other words that I spoke about. Brother, definitely African American, in different forms of accents. They literally sound like animals. That's why I recorded them as feedback. Today at Burger King, you know, I tweeted about non-human and seeing the Mason truck. The reason why I tweeted that because I find it odd because of the implications of saying 333, and I don't know much about that low science, that low RAM science. It is obviously low RAM because they cannot do what we as Moors can do. And so, and I don't know who is a Mason or call themselves the low RAM Mason 3 and who don't. I have no idea. But in Annapolis, and neither does Imani. But we don't affiliate ourselves with that. If someone was to announce that's what they were, because I have seen guests come into Burger King with those symbols, and I've seen guests drive trucks with the Army symbol and the Masonic symbol on the truck. I think it was a Jeep. So on the back of the Jeep, it had an Army emblem, and next to it, a Masonic emblem. So today, this pale-skinned lady, after I tweeted, came into Burger King with her dog. So I said a lot of pale skins predominantly walking their dogs. Came into Burger King with her dog. And she had her sandwich in her hand, and Mindy started talking to her. Now, I assume, because we know, because Thomas, that this, all dogs that come into Burger King, they're supposed to have a service tag. The dog didn't have a service tag, and Mindy continued to help the lady. She had the dog in her arms at the front counter, the sandwich out of the wrap, put the sandwich on the counter, and I was like, I said the service tag. I don't see a service tag, and she seemed like she was frantic, and I assumed Mindy was gonna say something or whatever, because that's the first thought, but she didn't say anything, and I did see Phyllis glance over there when she walked in with the dog, so she glanced quickly, it seemed, and but nobody said anything. But I was on a corner and I said, I don't see a service tag. And so quickly it seemed like whatever she wanted done was done, but it wasn't 2.5 seconds. It did take a few moments, like a couple of minutes. And guests was there, and I was like, Mindy, that person does not have a service tag on the dog. And Thomas made it clear that everyone that comes into Burger King with a dog needs to have a service tag. And she was like, well, it was only at 2.5 seconds, and she probably didn't want to leave the dog in the car because it's so hot. That was the response. And I was like, okay. I think the reason why service dog tags are used is because if you don't have, if you don't know the person and the background of the animal, and the animal hasn't had, say an animal hasn't had their shots, okay? They haven't had their shots from the vet and so forth. But you allowing them to come inside a Burger King or any other restaurant because you, I'm just assuming. I'm not saying this is why Mindy did it, but later she was talking about a dog with somebody, and I think she was referring to her dog. I'm not sure, but this is after the customer had left and so forth. But if customers were able to bring dogs into restaurants where food is being served and there is no background or any implication that the dog is legitimate, cat legitimate, and with the spread of viruses and other forms of bacteria, whether it could be a body, for example, can be contaminated. A body can be contaminated with different forms of viruses and so forth. And then when that person or that energy engage, it can literally, if you don't have yourself protected, contaminate you, especially if you have sex with them, or or other form of contamination. So if a dog has some form of virus or something that is that can spread easily, and I'm assuming this is one of the reasons why, and then you have dog hair and other things that come along with dogs and cats and animals, and you're among people that are eating food, and not everyone like dogs, not everyone like cats, but I'm thinking because of the coronavirus, and then also you got the monkeypox going on, and I hear about they found cases of the monkeypox in Maryland. I don't know how, I haven't read up on it, but nonetheless, it can be dangerous. So the hospitals can be full up quick if a virus is passed in different ways quickly, and so the hospitals will make lots and lots of money. Islam. And so with the pharmaceutical companies. But nonetheless, that's my personal thought. But I'm not saying Burger King that's why Mindy did it or anything like that. But what I did tell her, but she didn't respond she didn't respond like, oh, I forgot, I didn't even notice, or nothing like that. She responded as, she was only here for 2.5 seconds. She didn't probably want to leave her dog in the hot car. I was like, there are reasons why you're not supposed to be able to come in a restaurant. In my thoughts, I just didn't say anything after that, but without a service tag on a dog, because even though that service tag, maybe, I don't know how what you want to say, strict some restaurants get, but I'm pretty sure there are reasons. Otherwise, with the love of dogs, especially by those that are in Annapolis, seem to be predominantly either light mongoloid or pale skin. They really like dogs here in Annapolis. They would probably have them in the restaurants all over, sitting down eating, sitting in the hospitals, walking around with the patients with the hospitals, cats, whatever. If you have hamsters, bring the hamsters in Burger King. If you have sheep, bring your sheep in Burger King. You know, all types of different animals that you can bring inside a restaurant. So I think there's reasons, and it's not emotional. It's dealing with sanitation or keeping people protected. And I have to read up on it, but this is why I know Thomas made it clear that any dog that comes in a Burger King needs a service tag. So I was just surprised, because Minnie didn't sound like she didn't know about the service tag. She just went to the emotional side, as though she probably didn't want to leave the dog in the hot car. I was like, okay.